Hello everyone, welcome to the first solo episode of A Day in the Life of. I'm on the road just drove into the city for an audition, and I was kind of pondering life and stuff like that. Today's episode will be focused on fitness or bodybuilding or health in general, and just some thoughts I have on it. So it's a little freestyle here today. First off, talk to your doctor before starting any sort of intensive exercise regimen or diet, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, on that note, diet. That word conjures up all sorts of stupid things, in my opinion. There are diets, and then there are people that watch what they eat, i.e. they technically are on a diet. Diet has a big negative connotation with it, meaning that you're restricting yourself or making life miserable or all that stuff. What people need to realize when you are eating healthy and eating clean is that you're not on a diet. You're just eating healthy. That's what you do 7 days a week, all that stuff. Granted, yes, there are diets. There are temporary or diet phases that some bodybuilders or fitness people will put themselves through to prepare for a bodybuilding show. Actors do it for movies. You know, Hugh Jackman in Wolverine. He's not always shredded and ripped, but when he has to be, he is on a quote-unquote diet that prepares him to look like he needs to look to be Wolverine with no body fat and all vascular and ripped and all that stuff. But he also doesn't eat cheesecake 7 times a day when he's not preparing for a movie. So he is eating clean and on a quote-unquote diet. So that's my rant on diets, because people eat clean and all that doesn't mean they have some body dysmorphia. I know there are people that compete or have deadlines I myself have had to prepare for, whether it be a photo shoot, a role in a movie, or anything like that, where I have to have a certain aesthetic look, whether it be a size thing or a body fat thing, and I have to constrict my diet significantly. However, on the flip side of that, there are people that have just eat clean and healthy. Myself, if I'm not preparing for something, 7 days a week, 6 meals a day, I eat clean and healthy. Maybe the last 2 meals of the 7th day, I have some junk food. I have a pizza, I have beer, I have something. That's not because I'm not preparing for anything. So that's diet. Now, I spoke of that first because it is about 80 to 90% of your results. I'm sick of seeing people in the gym working hours and hours on cardio, on the bikes, on the treadmills, just wasting away at those without getting any results, but their metabolism is shut down because they're overworking their body and they're not giving it the fuel it needs to make it know it can release body fat. So the summary or the science of it in summation is, if your body thinks it's starving because you're not eating, it's going to shut down and not burn fat. Add to that, you're exercising very intensely. So add to that an intense workout regimen, and your body's going to say, F you, I'm not releasing any body fat. I can't afford to lose any body fat because you're not feeding me and you're working out a lot. So I'm holding on to it all. So what people need to realize is the thing that I'm personally constantly, not mocked, but just people jest with me about my diet, or again, see, I even use the word about what I eat consistently, is that's 80 to 90% of the results I want, or how to get the results I want. So it's funny, people will go to the gym, or people that are quote-unquote workout people, they'll go to that gym 1 hour a day, eat like crap, have a big old beer belly gut, and wonder why. So obviously I'm a little sick of it, because it's a trend in fitness and whether it be in media or whatever, that is just preying upon those who are ignorant to just doing a little bit of research and getting some education. You know, you see all sorts of stuff out there as far as fad diets, fad workouts, workout regimens, yada, yada, yada. You can do P90X, you can do a bodybuilding routine, you can do all these things, but without a clean diet, it's pretty much a moot point. So you'll see the people that have long-lasting sticking results are the people that have long-lasting clean diet habits and have a very steady, intense workout routine. So part 3, 1 was diet, 2 was exercise is necessary, but it's not the main battle, and part 3, cardio and weight training. I can't state my source. I don't have any sort of asterisks to look up and look at any footnotes, but I know science exists that shows weight training, i.e. lifting heavy weights against resistance, is what creates an environment for an increased metabolism in your body, i.e. you're going to increase lean muscle tissue, and muscle takes kind of a higher caloric expenditure to maintain, so your metabolism is going to be boosted having more lean muscle. I'm not saying you're going to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but exchanging body fat for lean muscle is going to create a furnace for fat burning. So, hours on the treadmill, or maybe 10 minutes on the treadmill followed by a 45-minute weight training routine. That is what is going to burn your fat and get you change your aesthetic, your physique. I know countless trainers that have done that, and they've pushed that on their clients. I know people that have trained for bodybuilding shows and fitness competitions that don't even do cardio. They alter their diet because it's the most important, and they can continue to weight train. Because weight training burns more calories, it increases the metabolism, and creates that environment to build lean muscle mass and exchange that with body fat by getting rid of it. So then what would be the naysaying things? I don't want to get bulky. That could be a guy or a girl. Stereotypically, a female says, I don't want to bulk up. I wish it was easy to bulk up as that implies, because by me saying you need to lift weights to get in shape, and then somebody saying I don't want to bulk up, that implies it's that easy. God, I wish it were that easy. I've been trying to get the size of the rock for years, and I've been lifting weights a lot, and I don't just bulk up. The hormones within the female body are not made to create massive amounts of bulk. So don't worry about that. You could start lifting with me doing my weight training routine, like the rep scheme, the set scheme I do, and females will not all of a sudden get huge. It's not that simple. It's a hormonal thing. So I don't want to bulk up as a bunch of bull crap. It's pretty much the only one I've ever really heard. No, but some people love going to the gym. The people that do love going may hate cardio. They may love weights, or vice versa. It's part of it. There's no magic pill. People out there take steroids or illegal stimulants to help burn fat. All those things, they do their job, but still, they are in lieu of a near perfect diet and an intense, likely weight training focused workout routine, not just cardio. So yeah, all those things work. I personally have looked at movie superheroes and wondered, did they cheat, or here nor there, they may not have, but it still doesn't negate the fact. Let's say person A took some sort of steroids or stimulants, they still had to work their butt off. It just makes the results a little faster and easier. Mr. Olympia, let's say he takes them, it doesn't just happen. He still works his butt off. And then in light of that, a lot of people, this is their job. Their job is to only focus on eating and training. And if any one of us could do that, we'd all probably look pretty dang good. I probably could pull off living, breathing, and eating my diet, my training, but it's still sometimes nearly impossible. And if you're a famous movie star that has your food handed to you every 3 hours by some nutritionist that says, here, eat this, that's guaranteed results. If any one of us could do that, I can almost promise the results you want will happen. If somebody just came up to you every 3 hours and said, here, eat this, okay, now do this with the gym, we'd all get those results. So it's my rant on bodybuilding or fitness and health in general. Again, I'm not a poster child of perfection. I'm a little cynical, but at the same time, I do know what works. I know there's a lot of science and facts I could look up and quote you if I need to. And I'd be happy to argue this stuff. Email me, podcast@jeffbosley.com. Thoughts, comments, questions, critiques. But yeah, overall fitness, it's not easy. I don't deny that. I live alone and I have a dog. I don't have kids or a wife or a family, so not much is negated by my fitness existence. It does affect social a little bit, because since caveman times, social gatherings are revolved around food and drink. My food typically, depending on what I'm doing, is a salad, or if it's not my cheat day, it's a salad. My drink, if it's not a cheat day, is water or coffee. So if that doesn't line up, it's the lifestyle I've been living for 15 years plus. And so socially it does have its hiccups, but really this is pretty gross, but here's how I look at it. We're hanging out eating stuff that's later going to become poop. If me eating stuff that's going to later become poop hinders my social existence, that's kind of messed up. Why should that matter? So, yeah, getting your drink on is fun. Don't get me wrong, but I've spent 15-ish years learning this, doing this, practicing this, and it's not easy, and it doesn't come overnight. But once you get it, I know many people that compete in professional level contests that have young kids. Young kids like candy and junk food. But it's a lifestyle that they've adapted, and that's the biggest thing, is adapting this. So that's my soapbox today. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to A Day in the Life of with Jeff Bosley. Again, questions, concerns, topics, whatever you want, podcast@jeffbosley.com. Thanks for listening, everybody. Adios.
You're just here like